Grownfolks production.
Some big news went on in college football this week that could completely change the NCAA game that's set to release in 2022. We're going to talk about that today here on Grownfolks News. I'm Nate, and I'm going to jump right into it. We're looking at an article from CBSSports.com. Of course, we've all heard this news already, but Oklahoma and Texas are leaving the Big 12 and they've applied to join the SEC. This is a big move in the NCAA landscape, and now the SEC is going to be building a super conference that could completely and radically change the way that we see the NCAA. So we can see here that Texas and Oklahoma plan on honoring their existing agreements that run through 2025, but they do not plan on renewing after 2025. And some of the experts even say that this isn't actually going to happen, that they're actually going to find a way to end this relationship, and that this move actually may start like a trickle-down effect that would affect the entire landscape. There's big moves in the NCAA, especially with the release of name, image, and likeness opportunities for college students. Now the Big 12 is starting to lose teams and may even completely dissolve. The SEC is becoming a super conference. We're going to see some type of response happen in the next 3 to 6 months, maybe even year, where we might even see the complete dismantling of the NCAA when it comes to college football. We may see the SEC becoming a new superpower and forming their own entire league of the top 32, 48, 62 teams and becoming basically the NFL of college football. Now, a lot of this is just assumptions. We don't know exactly what's going to happen or how this will play out, but I'm listening to a lot of the experts in the field, and big things are happening, and the NCAA is having to figure out how they're going to manage all this. And they've already said that it's very difficult. It's almost impossible to manage 128 different schools and teams and different states with different rules, regulations, laws, and that they just told the schools, like, go figure this out for yourselves. And we're seeing the Oklahoma and Texas, they're figuring out they want to leave and go to the SEC. There's more money there. They can make more money. And what we could see here is the rise of a leader that's going to be like a commissioner, like an NFL-style commissioner who will think of the future, think of what this is going to mean for the NCAA. And I really could see over the next year or two that the SEC not only becomes a super conference, that we get away. We completely forget the way that we view college, no longer with divisions and conferences and bowl games, but a completely new era of college football, with it being ran very similar to the business that we see in the NFL. So what's this mean for NCAA, the football game? Well, right now they're working out different regulations and agreements, I guess you could say, with both the NCAA, with players, with different schools. And so this maybe doesn't change a whole lot, but if we see a radical shift in the way that college football is being ran, the way that college football operates, we could see this delay NCAA even further. So what does EA do? Do they release a non-licensed football game that we've seen in the past, where we don't have the players, or we don't have the right logos or schools or colors, or do we see them wait until some of this smoke settles and we see like a clear picture of what college football is going to look like? It's all guessing. I don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen, but I think it is definitely worth keeping your eye on. This news about Texas and Oklahoma is going to radically shift the way that we view college football, and it could affect NCAA, the football game release. I want to hear your comments. Leave it in our comments. Let us know. Do you think this has any effect? Do you think it delays? Do they release a game in 2022, but then it has to go away again and be rethought because everything completely changes? It feels like a lot of work that was done by EA Sports to bring back NCAA may get undone very quickly with the release of both name, image, and likeness, and this move by Texas and Oklahoma over to the SEC. Let's see how this plays out. It's all assumptions right now, but I definitely think it's going to be worth a discussion. So let us know in the comments what you think. Till the next time I get to be with you, God bless.